Please welcome back to the stage our MC for the evening, Victor Blackwell.
I hope everyone enjoyed dinner. Let's give a round of applause to the servers and the cooks and everyone here at Georgia World Congress Center for their service tonight. Now we're going to continue with our program in just a moment. So as you make your way back to your seats, again, as you make your way back to your seats, a little more of the Phoenix String Quartet.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome back to the stage our MC for the evening, Victor Blackwell.
Thank y'all to the 7 people over here who clap every time they say my name. I appreciate that. That makes me feel warm.
Victor Blackwell.
Thank you. All right. The next award is a very special one. It is the Harriet Michel Chairman's Award, named for the woman whose leadership of NMSDC established its dominant position in the vanguard of economic diversity and supplier diversity. The award recognizes a lifetime of achievement that exemplifies the mission of NMSDC. And who better to present this award than Ms. Harriet Michel.
Hello. I'm glad to see you all again. Good evening, NMSDC. It is great to be with you on this night. And I am thrilled to be presenting this award because the recipient is a great American who was, they say in the script, present at the creation. He might not have been present at the creation, but of the basic idea of what we know as NMSDC. I am truly humbled to present an award in my name to Robert J. Brown, who is truly the father of minority business. Now, some of you are saying, particularly the younger ones, are saying, well, who is Bob Brown? Who is Robert Brown? If it wasn't for Robert Brown and the work that he did, none of us would be here today. Some of us might be here, but not in the shape and the progress that we've made. Robert Brown had already accomplished a great pioneering success in his career as a minority entrepreneur at a time when nobody would recognize the powerful meaning of those words. In 1969, he was asked to serve as special assistant to President Richard M. Nixon. Bob Brown was instrumental in securing the presidential charter that year that resulted in the creation of NMSDC and then the supplier diversity movement in American business. He went to work for President Nixon, even though he was a close friend of the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., and even though he was there in the critical days of the civil rights struggle. Think for a moment about the history in this room with Bob Brown. And he is being honored tonight by the presence of Ambassador Andrew Young, to be here to support his friend. Would you please recognize Ambassador Young? Is there a light that can go on Andy Young? Andy Young is responsible for a whole lot of things that have happened good in Atlanta, in Georgia, and in our country and in our world. But back to Robert Brown. His legacy of putting principle and progress for minority Americans above the machinery of politics was one that we not only want to honor, but to learn from. We live in a time of deep division and socio-political tensions not unlike the late 1960s. The example of Bob Brown's life and his service is an inspiration we urgently need to recognize. With the deepest respect and the most profound gratitude, the 2019 Harriet Michel Chairman's Award goes to my great friend, a great American, Honorable Robert J. Brown. Please welcome him.
Thank you, Harriet. Thank all of you for being here, and my great and old friend, Andy Young, who we've been through many wars together with Dr. King and many others in this community, with Ralph Abernathy and just all of the civil rights fighters were there. I am so grateful tonight, not only for this award, but for the good Lord giving me the strength and courage and everything else that he gave me, along with some great friends like Bob Wright and others here, Adrian and Johnny and the rest of them, because it has empowered me to go forward in every arena. I've had the opportunity to work all over the world. I've been involved with some of the largest corporations in the world at the highest level. And every time I just do what my grandmother asked me to do. She said, Bobby, give it back because it doesn't belong to you. She said, use what you have to lift others up, and the good Lord will lift you up. She said, he'll lift you up so high sometime, boy, you can't even stand it. And that's what he has done for me. I mean, in every instance, whether it was working to get Nelson Mandela out of jail and taking care of his children for years, whether it was sending millions of books to Africa and other countries where there were no books for black children, and all the other kinds of things that Andy and Bob Wright and other people in this audience worked on, and I worked on with Ralph and Dr. King and the rest of them, Hosea. It has been a journey, and tonight I want to say thank you to all of you in this audience who've been helpful to all of us to get going. Many of the things that we've gotten over the years. We started this Minority Business Enterprise Program in 1969, and everybody said it couldn't be done. There were many people who said it couldn't be done, that you couldn't make this kind of breakthrough in the federal government. But luckily, the good Lord saw to it that I was working there with Richard Nixon, and he turned it over to me lock, stock, and barrel. There was nobody who could cross me. And I took it and went on with it. And so here we are, billions of dollars later, government contracts later. And we can't let anything stop us now. We got to keep on going, no matter who is there. If they want to live with us, if they want to be our president, if they want to be our congressman, if they want to be our senators, let's keep them in check and let's go forward. We can't go backwards. We didn't come down this road to go backwards. And so tonight I want to say thank you. I thank God. I thank God for letting me be here. I've had an opportunity to travel all over the world and work with some of the most powerful men in the world, work for the largest corporations in the world. And each and every time, I just ask God to give me the strength and the courage and the mindset and to do whatever I know to be the right thing. And we all know right from wrong. Some people act like they don't know, but we know. And what we need to do is keep in check, not only for this country, but for our children and our children's children. We need to show them the way. And if you're going to show them the way, you got to stand up and act like you're a man or a woman who loves America. We love America, so let's keep it going. So I just want to thank you. I want to thank God for letting me be here tonight, for raising me up for a time like this, and for giving me the strength to keep on going. I'm still traveling all over the world, working with many governments and corporations in many countries. And so I'm not going to lay my sword down until the Lord takes me home. Until that time, I'm going to try to be doing the right thing for the right reasons and lifting up the poor among us. Those who have little, they have a chance so that they will have a chance in life. So tonight, I just want to thank you. I want to thank God for letting me be here and for me to be able to accept this wonderful award. And I thank all the people who had any part in this. I am so grateful. And I hope that God will continue to give me the strength and courage to move on as I have moved on. At 84 years old, I still work 15 hours a day and I travel all over the world. So I am so grateful. I know I'm blessed, and I know as long as he keeps giving me the energy and the wherewithal and everything else that it takes to move the levers of power and all over the world, I'm going to keep on doing it. So thank you all. Thank you very much, and may God bless you all, and may God bless this organization.
We were in the presence of a true pioneer and a warrior. Let's hear it. Stand up. That's what he said. Stand up. Not for him, but stand up for what is right. We got a sermon in 5 minutes. That means that those of you who are of color, who are Republicans, there still is a way for you to make a contribution. Because as a Republican, being an advisor to a Republican president, he led the way to write the legislation for minority business development. So if you are here and you're a minority business person and you're a Republican, the responsibility you have is use your connections to go back locally, statewide, and nationally and tell them you want to earn the respect of people of color. Help us build wealth in our community. Create a minority business program. You better clap a little more, because we may not get nothing out of it. I'm back because I have a happy surprise. In fact, tonight we're presenting a second Harriet Michel Chairman's Award this year. The winner is someone known and respected for years by everyone throughout NMSDC's network. It's helped to build and ensure NMSDC's growth and the quality of its work, not to mention the successful careers of many, many supplier diversity, procurement, and sourcing professionals. He has been instrumental in the growth of several NBEs, providing business opportunities, coaching, and mentoring. I am talking about no other than Shelley Stewart, the former chairman of NMSDC's Executive Committee. Shelley's work in leading and supporting the development of programs, curriculum, and supply chain internship programs at several HBCUs help ensure that there's a continued pipeline of talent and diversity in the supply chain profession. In 2010, Shelley was the first Black person elected as the board chairman of the Institute for Supply Management, the premier organization for supply chain professionals. In 2010, he was awarded the prestigious J. Shipman Gold Medal Award, recognizing him for his contributions to the profession. This is one of the highest honors for anyone in the supply chain profession. Under Shelley's leadership, ISM developed Certified Professional in Supplier Diversity, CPSD certification, one of the few that exists in the country. His accomplishments are many and impressive. I am proud to present the Harriet Michel Chairman's Award to Shelley A. Stewart. Shelley.
It's hard to come behind Mr. Brown, I'll tell you that right now. Right, but listen, before I get the hook, you know, the things Harriet said about me, you know, a lot of hard work, but I had a lot of great people that supported me, right? And all of you, I was here today and I realized how many of you I know, how many of you know me, how many of the cards I have that belong to you, and all of that is a gift, right? I was raised from my family, my dad taught me to give back, and my mom did as well. And so what I tried to do throughout my 40 years of career at 5 corporations was to make sure that minority businesses got a fair shake. And I also wanted to make sure that we had people that looked like me in the CPO seats in this country. And Craig Reed's not here right now, but he's one of my children. I have a few of them out there. And I just, you know, it's important to me to make sure that I'm supporting all of you, right? This is God's gift to me. All the people in this audience and all the opportunities I've had over my career. So I want to thank you all. Adrian, I'm going to get you for this. Because I actually was going to leave today, and she said, you can't leave, and I didn't know why. So again, thank you all. By the way, thank you corporations, thank you MBEs, and thank you NMSDC for all that you've done for me, and hopefully I've done for you. Thank you very much.
Another round of applause for Mr. Stewart and Mr. Brown. All right, now to present the final competitive awards of the evening for Corporation of the Year, please welcome the CEO and Head of Services for Q2 Marketing and a member of NMSDC's Board of Directors, Terry Quinton.
Bright lights. Good evening. How's everyone this evening? So, Winston Churchill once said, however beautiful the strategy, you should always look occasionally at the results. So tonight, we're celebrating those companies that not only have a best-in-class best practice, but also could demonstrate real results, impactful results. We will be announcing 5 Corporation of the Year winners. A little bit new and different. I think we did this last year. Much like the Supplier of the Year, these awards were divided up by class. We divided up the corporations by class. Before we make an announcement of the winners, let me first acknowledge the judges and mention the process by which we chose our winners. So our judges for Corporation of the Year came from a diverse group of minority business leaders. They included Corporate Plus representatives. They included the Kellogg Advanced Management Education Executive Program, or AMAP as it's fondly called. It included the National MBE Input Committee. And it also included last year's National Corporation of the Year chair. So let me introduce our judges. First, Daniel Sungpar, CEO of Eclairo International. You can actually hold your applause till we get through all of them. Clifford A. Bailey, CEO of Texas Systems and the National MBE Input Committee Chair. Cliff. Beatrice, better known and loved as Betty Mineta, CEO of Argent Associates and Associar. And Stephen Hightower, CEO of Hightowers Petroleum Company and Chair of the Corporate Plus. In addition to these judges, which will be announcing the winners, we had other judges, which included Jackie Dice with Intercity Supply, Carlton O'Neill with Lightspeed EDU, Roderick Rickman with Rickman Enterprise Group, Adam Walker with Summit Packaging Solutions, and Rowena Miller, former Corporation of the Year Committee Chair. Can we applaud our judges? The process for selecting Corporation of the Year, contrary to popular belief, it's not a popularity contest. The process is very involved, and in fact, those who submitted responses answered 33 weighted questions about their policies, their procurement dollars and how they spent them with minority businesses, MBE development that they had done, leadership and engagement, both internally and externally, and their influence in the minority business inclusion arena. There were 60 companies, 60, nominated by the affiliate councils across the network, and 37 corporations who actually submitted responses. Our judges read more than 400, I'll say that again, 400 pages of documentation submitted. And they were looking for real results and examples and leading best practices. Responses were individually scored, and the aggregate scores determined the winner in each class. What I can tell you about the finalists and the winners is this: they showed real results and growth in the utilization of minority businesses. They had plans and best practices that mitigated the impact of consolidation upon minority businesses. They had innovative MBE development programs that included mentoring, education, technical support, joint ventures. They recognized the connection of their initiative, their supplier diversity initiative, to the marketplace and the customer base for which they worked. They were active participants and leaders in the NMSDC network and the regional networks. And finally, they provided examples of how they do what they do. Those are the criteria, not a popularity contest. I also would let you know that much like many RFPs that MBEs receive, we asked that this information be submitted to us on time, so the judges had a chance to actually read through those 400 pages. So much like any RFP, we expected timely responses to our questions. So since we have 5 winners, here's how we're going to do this. I ask that each announced winner please move expeditiously, say that 7 times, to the front of the stage, accept their award, take a picture, and move off stage. So we're not asking you to speak, because they only gave me 10 minutes. Please hold your applause until after each category winner has been announced. And then let's get started. Voice of God, it's up to you.
And let's get started. For Class 1, Corporation of the Year, revenues less than $10 billion. The finalists are Herman Miller, Shelley Services, and Vistra Energy. Announcing the Class 1 winner is Daniel Sung Park.
Good evening. Since Terry took the privilege of recognizing the judges, if I may, could we all recognize the leadership of Terry Quinton for this committee, if you will? So the winner for Class 1 is Herman Miller. Accepting the award is Ken Ensing, Vice President of Global Supply Management, and KV Lennon, Senior Supplier Diversity Manager. Herman Miller had more than 10% direct spend with NMSDC certified suppliers and credits their program with providing cultural competency so they can better understand and serve their customers around the world. In addition, they make a concerted effort to provide strategic MBE partners with a minimum 3-year contract to help them manage cash flow and grow. Ladies and gentlemen, Herman Miller.
Corporation of the Year, revenues between 10 and $50 billion. The finalists are Bristol Myers Squibb, CDW, DuPont, Merck, and Pacific Gas and Electric. Announcing the winner in this category is Clifford A. Bailey.
In this category, we had the largest number of submissions, Class 2. The winner is Merck. Accepting the award for Merck is Raul Suarez Rodriguez, Associate Director of Economic Inclusion and Supplier Diversity. Merck produced a year-over-year increase of 40% in their payments to NMSDC certified suppliers and extended their purchasing outside the supply chain with minority inclusion, utilization in human resources, training, real estate, legal, and marketing. They credit their success to a culture that understands and invests in diverse suppliers, helps them better understand and serve their customers. Again, the winner is Merck.
Corporation of the Year, revenues between 50 and $100 billion. The finalists are Kaiser Permanente, the Walt Disney Company, and UPS. Announcing the Category 3 winner is Betty Mineta.
Thank you, gracias. This category was the most competitive group, and the winner is, oh, I gotta do the envelope, right? For Class 3, Kaiser Permanente. Accepting the award, and you have to remember I'm Latina, is Ijanu Odezi Nwazu, Executive Director, Impact Spending, and Tanya Nixon, Manager, Supplier Development. Kaiser Permanente changed their name for their supplier diversity initiative to Impact Spending Department in 2015. They recognize that spending with diverse suppliers is exactly their mission for helping to create healthy communities. They launched a successful development program in conjunction with the Initiative for Competitive Inner City, or ICIC, with the intention of driving prosperity into inner city communities. At the core of their spending, they want to make sure the money being spent impacts the community. They invested in an impact measurement tool that tracks tax revenue and jobs created. Please congratulate Kaiser Permanente.
Corporation of the Year, revenues between $100 and $150 billion. The finalists are Comcast, NBC Universal, FCA Group, and General Motors. Announcing the winner is Stephen Hightower.
FC. You know when you have a teleprompter, it only tells you what you can see. So the winner of Class 4 is FCA Group. Accepting the award is Scott Teeley, Head of Purchasing and Supply Chain of North America. FCA increased their spend by 18% over 2017, and in 2018, in conjunction with the Michigan NMSDC, they initiated a collaborative growth initiative that engages a core group of corporate members to strategically grow a targeted group of MBEs that can meet the current and future supply chain needs. The initiative highlights the need for increased spending in non-traditional areas as well as traditional direct and indirect areas. Most importantly, the initiative creates a pathway and pipeline of sustainable MBEs. FCA Group.
Is Category 5, Corporation of the Year. I'm sorry, that was Class 5, Corporation of the Year, with revenues greater than $150 billion. The finalists are AT&T, CVS Health, and Ford Motor Company. Announcing the winner is Terry Quinton.
I'm back. And the winner is, suspense, Ford Motor Company. Accepting the award is Angela Henderson, Head of Supplier Diversity and Inclusion. Ford spent $8.56 billion, or 12% of their overall spend with minority-owned businesses, increased their Tier 2 spend by 23%, and recognized $660 million in new spend. That deserves an applause. In terms of building sustainable MBEs, they documented taking 10 suppliers global, as well as having 37 MBE suppliers who have done business with Ford for more than 20 years. Finally, their Aligned Business Framework program, which includes 13 MBE suppliers, was initiated to bring innovation to the marketplace faster. Ford Motor Company. Let's give all of our 2019 Corporation of the Year winners and finalists a round of applause. Thank you and have a great evening.
Congratulations to all of tonight's winners, to the nominees, to everyone who aspires Someone left their phone here, so there will be another person coming up on stage soon. I don't know who this belongs to. If you're looking for it, here it is. All right. This is the last time you'll see me tonight. I have really enjoyed being with you for your annual awards gala tonight. I hope you enjoy Atlanta while you're here. Hope you have a very productive conference. And now it's time to close the evening, and it is my honor to introduce the President and CEO of NMSDC, Adrian Trimble.
All right, good evening, everybody. I just love this night and everything about it. Everybody looks their best, they're bringing their best foot forward, and everybody just is having a great time. How do you like moving the awards gala to the first ending night of our conference? Yes. This year, the atmosphere is just full of energy and possibility. And we're all so excited to be here to hear about the success of our work, the achievements of all of those who've been recognized and nominated tonight. Let's once again give them all a round of applause for being the true champions in supplier diversity. We're just so excited for what our fellow MBEs and our members have accomplished this year. And we recognize achievement with awards, not to exclude anyone, but to include, to reflect, and to inspire others to do better and to do more. To everyone who walks away tonight with a trophy, your success is the success of everyone in this room. I really like how Shelley said that earlier. It really is a reciprocal, mutually beneficial opportunity for us. You've all brought the time, your talent, and your treasure to the table. Our work together as a network makes supplier diversity the wave of the future. Every success, from our multi-billion-dollar companies to our smallest MBEs who open for business every day, in and out, and dream of bigger things, is shared in NMSDC. That's why I want to do something surprising tonight. I can take a little presidential privilege. Tonight, I'm going to present a special President's Award to someone in our network who succeeds and exceeds in great stewardship of our mission and our work. Now, what I'll say about this individual, when I came into this role about a year ago, this person challenged me. Man, did they challenge me. They raised issues, they raised concerns, but what was the differentiator was they may have raised issues and concerns, but they rolled up their sleeves right alongside us and said, how can I help? They jumped in and they helped us continue to advance the work of minority business development. They didn't do it for me. They didn't do it for their corporation. They did it for the minority businesses because they understand the legacy that we have, and the path forward is incumbent upon us to get this right. So tonight, I want to honor someone who has pushed me to be a better president, to be a better listener, and to be a better implementer and executor of the things that's going to take our organization forward. And that person is Ms. Therese Thompson with the Coca-Cola Company. Therese, please come forward. Tireless supporter of the NMSDC network. Her straight talk makes everyone around her sharper thinkers, more capable individuals, and better people. She's supportive, collaborative in her ability to lead others in finding solutions to problems. And she's passionate about the work and the growth for MBEs. And she's well respected throughout the MBE community. Like I said, she's rolled up her sleeves and she's made a big difference as the co-chair of the Corporate Plus Management Committee. And if you've worked with Therese, you know that she ends every conversation with, let me know if you need my help or if there's anything I can do as I'm fussing at you. And she's an innovative, game-changing businesswoman and has been with Coca-Cola for over 25 years. NMSDC, let's give it up once again for my friend, Therese Thompson.
Okay, this is truly a surprise. And everybody who knows me knows that I'm a little bit of a control freak. And I truly do what I do for the sustainability of diverse suppliers and NMSDC. So although I'm very, very appreciative for this, Adrian, it truly was not necessary. I appreciate it because I do feel like I'm more than a pest. And I've gotten to the point that I just acknowledge that up front and then say what I have to say. But one of the things that I want to say, and we say this all the time, it is the leadership of your corporations that are committed to you and allow you to do your things that are very important. And I have one of those bosses that's truly humble, Quentin Martin, and I started reporting to him about 3 years ago, and that really has empowered me to be able to do the things I do and say the things that I say and ask for forgiveness. And then I have a team that really is, you know, they're just awesome. Yvonne and Paul and Dana, I mean, for the last 3 weeks getting ready for NMSDC, I mean, I'm kind of crazy. I work all kinds of hours. And we were having an exchange like between 3 and 5 a.m. and they were responding back to me and I said, okay, this is just absolutely crazy. But we all are very, very committed to you. We're committed to you, Adrian, and your team. And so now I'm committed for some more time. So thank you. And I love you all. I really do appreciate this. Thanks.
All right. This is such a great night. I'm so happy to be standing in front of you and to be your president and recognizing all the achievements that have been made. We're celebrating tonight, and we're in a good place at NMSDC. And for me, I believe it's only going to get better as we work together, reach higher, and reach further. We have a great 2 days ahead of us at the conference with the Business Opportunity Exchange dominating on tomorrow. On Wednesday, we'll be extending the range of our programming with our first Policy and Issues Forum, moderated by the one and only Roland Martin. It's not about taking sides politically, but it's about how public policy can work with us and how we can make that a reality as we work to make economic inclusion a fact of American life. Before I close out this beautiful evening, I would like to take a moment to talk about how we need to work together and how we are working together as a one network. So on that behalf, I'd like to ask each of the affiliate regional president councils that are in affiliate council presidents that are in the room to please stand. These are the ones who deliver the services every day on behalf of NMSDC. Please stand and greet your presidents. Thank you to the affiliate councils for all that you do to carry forward the mission for and on behalf of NMSDC. And thanks again to Cigna for its sponsorship of this beautiful evening. And as always, thanks to the businesses who are the conference co-chairs, the corporate co-chairs, AT&T, Coca-Cola, Delta Airlines, and UPS. Y'all, they have worked really hard to come together to put this conference together and host us. So please give them a round of applause to thank them. Our MBE co-chairs, AMCUS and Away Away. Give them a round of applause. We have our MBEs stepping up also to host. And I know you've seen VDART, our Corporate Plus co-chair. They've been just all over the place, blowing up social media. Thank you, VDART. And the government co-chair, the first time ever that we've had a government co-chair, the Minority Business Development Agency. Please give all of them a round of applause. We'd like to give a special thank you to our MC for the evening, Victor Blackwell. Thank you for keeping us all together and trying to keep us on task. Thank you, Victor. Where are you? You still here? Thank you very much. And to the quartet. Were they not awesome tonight? They turned it out. Give them a round of applause. They were great. Once again, congratulations to the winners and to the nominees. Enjoy yourselves for the rest of the evening, but remember to be up bright and early tomorrow morning when we start the day with our Women of Color discussion, then move right into our Business Opportunity Exchange. Thank you, NMSDC, and have a good night.